Alright fam, we're back today. We got a few little things going on, and I figured I would clean up some of the extra footage I had on some of the small tows, some of the stuff that really didn't last long enough to warrant a big full production video kind of thing with introductions and everything else. The first one we got here is a RZR that had wrecked out here in Rock Springs. Jumped the curb, ended up on top of a fence. We were actually out over at Aaron's place at Volvo Trucking, having dinner, and had to leave, run out and grab the Dodge, come back in to pick this up off the fence because the homeowner was worried about his fence getting damaged. We got it picked up, so I'll show you the footage of this.
Hi Tyrone. What's happening?
Probably ought to get a little better angle.
I don't know, I think that's a good angle. As soon as you pick it up, it'll just swing over. Gear up. Come straight up. Okay.
Are we hooking up on the fence still, or are we coming off the...
Oh yeah.
We're still on the fence.
I mean, are we hooked on it, or are we coming off of it?
We're
You're
coming
coming off of it.
up off of it.
Yeah, you're coming up.
Keep going.
You're going.
Walk. A little more. A little more. That should free it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Alright, let me pull forward a little bit. Let's see if I just roll this, move it around. I'll see if I can just pull it up. I have a feeling we're in gear.
It is.
See if we can kick it out of gear. Looks like that it was moving.
What?
I said, it looks like he was moving.
Yeah.
I was in the house when you hit it.
Maybe you didn't end up in your backyard.
Going good.
Go in neutral now? Because when I had it in neutral, you were dragging it.
It said neutral, but I don't know. I don't know if it's part break or something weird or the battery's dead.
Yeah.
Looks scary. There's the sunglasses.
Oh,
Well, it looked like it was a hell of a ride.
oh man.
Razors. People in razors. Feel live over on Daytona, and we had our neighbor roll one right at the corner of Daytona and Scott about 1 o'clock in the morning one night.
Wow.
You see him on camera, porch camera, and they roll this thing and then run off.
Hello. Yeah, that's some low backyard. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, yeah.
Now it seems to be rolling.
I don't know what it's doing. It's airborne. Well, that was easy. All right, fam, we just got done with that RZR job, rolled over here to Aaron's. We got game night, so we're gonna go ahead and play some games, and then we'll see what we got for the rest of the week. All right, fam, that was the RZR recovery. It was a good recovery. It was easy. It wasn't a big deal. The guy was going way too fast, drinking, that sort of deal, and managed to spin it out, go over the curb, and ended up on that guy's fence. He's really lucky he didn't end up like 6 or 8 feet down in the guy's backyard. So we got it done, dealt with, and we're on to the next piece of footage here. We have Ray's Buggy, and Ray's Buggy's important for the future. You know, videos that are coming up. We have some stuff that we've done with it already. And it's some foreshadowing on Ray's Buggy. This is just, Ray bought it out of a scrapyard. It was laying there, he made an offer on it, they accepted it. It hadn't ran in a long time, and so he brought it out here, and we put a fuel pump in it, fixed up a couple things, and this is like the first ride of it. You know, checking it out, testing it out, seeing what it's like. You know, he bought it to take it apart and get the components off of it, the hydraulic steering, the OREs, that sort of stuff. And so he's going to be building something else with it. But for right now, we're using it and playing with it. So this is the first ride in Ray's Buggy, so here we go.
Not even lifting yet, am I?
No.
Still haven't lifted it. It got a little light, but not bad. But it's going to have to be taller than that.
Yeah, I never pulled a tire there, didn't pull one here.
No. I can go a little steeper, but it's going to start climbing.
Nah. I think that's about the max you're going to get at. What we got with the front.
Yeah, it's starting to roll back, so it'll be behind it.
Yeah. No, it did good. They got the rear a little light, but...
Yeah, I felt it starting to speed.
All right, fam. That was Ray's Buggy. It's a really neat ride. It was built out of like a 94 Bronco originally, and then the body progressively looks like it's been cut off more and more and more. It's got like the interior roll cage of a 94 Bronco. It's pretty tight. It's different. It doesn't run that great, but I mean, it's got some good parts in it. It's got a doubler. It's got good axles in it, OREs, hydraulic steering. You know, it's got a lot of good stuff in it, and so it'll make really good parts. And like I said, for the meantime, we're gonna use it, play with it, and maybe break it. Who knows? So that's the Buggy. The last part we have here is the 6x6, and our fans that have been with us for a bit. You guys can, people that haven't been here, can go back and look up the video on us going up to Casper and get the 6x6. We're bringing it up. We're figuring it out. We're testing out the winches, or the winch, testing out the truck, doing some repair work on it, some maintenance, getting up to where we can use it. We could have used it on the Hiawatha job, and you guys can look back at the videos and see the Hiawatha job. But we want to be able to use it, you know, for our own jobs. And so we need to get it ready. We have a job coming up that is important, and it's a heck of a recovery. It's like 430 feet down in elevation and about 1,000 feet away from where we can be. So it's going to be a lot of pulling. And so it's going to be a great recovery. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be one of the largest coordinations we've done. We'll have 3 trucks pulling, We're going to have probably around 10 people up there total. And we're coordinating with law enforcement, BLM, Rock Springs Grazing Association, that sort of deal on this recovery as well. And it is an important recovery. It's got a story behind it, and it's an important one. And so we're bringing up this winch truck with about 1,200 feet of cable. We have another 2,000 feet of cable that we've got in sections for the Dodge Wrecker and for probably Ray's redneck truck to go out and be able to help with this recovery as well. And so it's a lot of foreshadowing in this. We got some really great videos coming up in the future. So we'll get into the 6x6. All right, fam, it's Saturday. We're out here at the shop. It's just me. We probably haven't released the footage on this recovery we're preparing for yet. It's going to be kind of a tricky one. It's going to be a hard one. A lot of stuff's got to line up right, and everybody's got to be on board with it to make it happen. But we're going to prepare for it by, you can see the winch trucks in the background, the 6x6. We're going to prepare for it by getting it ready and pulling the cable off. We're going to try and pull as much cable on this drum as we can. We'll see about doing that today. And then we need 1,000 feet of cable to go after the vehicle we're going to go after. It's an interesting one, and it's a hard one. There's actually 2 vehicles there. One's been there for a very long time. The other one's been there a shorter period of time. And so as we get into this video more and into this recovery more, we'll give you a little more information about you know, kind of the background on this story and how much we really want to go into a lot of that stuff. But it's an important recovery. We're doing it for the Bureau of Land Management, the Sheriff's Office, and we'll see about the family side of it too. But for today, we're going to get the winch truck ready. We've got it figured out on how it works, because we just haven't figured that out until yesterday. And we got our fishing cable. We'll maybe get into that today, but for right now we're going to get the winch cable pulled off this winch, because it needs to be pulled off anyways, and then we'll go from there. So here we go. All right, guys, we got the big 6x6 out here. It runs and drives really well. I took it for a little drive this morning. It's going to be a great recovery truck. It's going to be perfect for what we need to do with this. We need something that's kind of a monster, something that holds a lot of cable, and something that's going to be heavy, because this recovery is not for the faint of heart. It is extremely hard recovery. Basically, it's extremely steep. It's extremely long. We're talking like 265 yards of near vertical recovery here. So we'll get into that, but we're getting prepared for it. So what we're doing is the cable that's on the winch, we want to pull it off. Because one, the end is messed up. It's been broken and kind of tore out. So we want to take this cable off right now. We may put it on later again, if we, depending on what we need to do. The cable we're putting on is way smaller than what the winch can handle. The winch should have no problem breaking the cable we're putting on it. But it's based on what we're going to be pulling with it. And the fact is, we want to try and get 1,000 feet of cable on this drum. I'm not sure if that's going to be possible, but we're going to give it a heck of a shot. We're going to get as much on there as we can, and then kind of go from there, because we need the best chance of getting these vehicles out of here. And I'd rather not play the game of pulling up 100 feet at a time and then pulling out sections. At least with this truck, we're going to have probably 2 more vehicles up there. We're going to have 100-foot sections on them of this fishing line. So we're going to have 3 vehicles holding these cars as they come up out of there. Basically 2 will be pulling, 1 will be a safety catch. Just because, like, we want to keep stuff safe. So I think that's what we're going to do, is we're going to see about rigging up this truck, and then we're going to build a whole bunch of 100-foot extensions, probably 20 of them or so, so we can run the other 2. Maybe, yeah, I'd say 20 is a safe guess. So we're gonna get this thing unspooled and see what it'll take to put the other cable on there, and then go from there. So here we go.
So I've got the winch free spooled up there. I have the truck running just because it doesn't need to be running right now. Maybe I'll shut it off. That's a little quieter. So it's got a big old winch on it. And so we're going to be using this, and we're going to spool as much cable onto it as we can. I'm hoping we can get near or as close to 1,000 feet on there as we can get. If we can get 500, that's 500, you know, good 500. We're going to get an idea of how much of this big cable's on there. We'll probably take the big cable down, have them put an end on it, so that we can re-spool it on in the future when we need to recover semis and that sort of stuff. But for this specific recovery, we're going to need to put as much winch line on this truck as we can get, so we don't have to keep taking sections off, at least of this truck. So I got to hitch the Dodge, and we're just going to pull forward until it comes off there. And then I kind of parked it here so that like I can get an idea of how much cable's on there, because I have a pretty good idea of the distance here, because like the building's 100 feet long. We're probably, I don't know, 25, 30 feet past the building. So I'm probably gonna set the brake and touch on that winch so it doesn't just keep hauling ass, but it's okay. We're at about 100 feet on there on the truck right now. Alright, that's the end of that cable. So we're from here all the way down about 20 foot past the end of the building, maybe 25. So we probably got 150-ish on here. Probably 50. I would say we're probably 150 feet. I mean, if we count the bed of the truck, maybe 170. I don't think we're anywhere near 200. Yeah, probably 150 would be my guess, is what's on here. We're going to be cutting probably 10 feet out, putting an eyelet on it, so we're probably going to lose 15 feet total. So it'll probably be about 135, which would be okay. If we want to do extensions, that would be a thing. Looks like really good cable. I'm pretty sure they just, somebody hit the wrong button and they ran the truck a little bit and pulled the end of it off, because I really would have a hard time believing that somebody's pulled hard enough with this to break it. So let's see what anchors the cable to the drum, and then go from there. Alright fam, it's just me out here today, so I had to get this winch trained up a little bit. We're getting it spooled on now. Basically from where we're standing, I ran it all the way to the far end of the yard there. It's about 400 yards, so that's about 1,200 feet. 400 yards, 400 meters. There's kind of only a small difference between yards and meters. But so I got it up in low in the gearbox, but in 8th gear on high on the splitter. So it's got a decent clip to it, and it's reeling in right now, and it's behaving itself. The weight of the cable is keeping it tight for right now. I think eventually I'll probably hook the Dodge to it when I get to the end there and give it a little extra weight. Plus, I just kind of want to see the cable a little bit. But overall, it seems to be doing really well. I only had one little snafu with the transition, just because I was trying to go too fast. But it's cruising right along. We're on our second full row on the drum, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what they officially call them. But it's working very well. And I don't know how much we've reeled in so far, but it's definitely some. So I guess we'll see how much of this cable is going to be on there at 1,200 feet, but I'll give you a look at what it's doing. We got the PTO shaft here that's turning the winch. It's just a big worm gear setup. And it turns the drum, and the cable's reeling in. We got our rods over here, and it just goes in and locks the winch in. It just keeps spooling in. Real simple setup, nothing hydraulic, it's all mechanical, but it works well. It's doing really good. The cable's dragging through the dirt out there, so it's kind of getting clean. I'm gonna dump some oil on it when I get done. But yeah, we'll see what 1,200 feet looks like on this thing. So I'll bring you back in when there's something to see. All right, fam, we're gonna test out this winch cable here. See how this works. Alright, so we're going to want to free spool the winch, and then we're going to hook it up to this Ford. We can turn the PTO on, I guess. We don't need neutral yet. Front axle's good. Power divider's not nothing to worry about. Alright. Well, let's see if that's strong enough. Alright. Now it's clutched in. But first, I guess I need to unlock the splitter. Well, that's strong enough to dead drag a Super Duty. Pretty much like it's nothing. It's heavy. Well, it looks plenty strong. Well, it seems to be plenty strong. It's just slowly but surely dragging this. I have this thing in like one of the lowest speeds I can put it in. But I think it'd be great to pull that car out of there if it'll drag this Super Duty. This thing's like 8,000 pounds or whatever. So I should be able to drag that car without a problem. Well, the brake really doesn't hold nothing. That'll have to be adjusted, but I would say it's a pretty good success. I had it picked up and tried to hold it with the brake and unclutch it, but it didn't, so I'm gonna have to adjust the brake. But I mean, this is a fairly loaded Super Duty with the diesel, so it drug it. So I guess that'll pass. If it'll drag the Super Duty, it'll drag that car up out of there, so I think it passed the test. We're gonna have to put an end on it and a few things, just cause. So I guess that's a success. We'll make some up some 100-foot extensions for the other 2 trucks, and we'll move forward. But I'm really happy with that. It did very well. So I think we're done for today. I'm probably headed in town. I got Grilly Wilkerson making me some rib dinner, so we're gonna do that. You guys get a chance, check out Grilly Wilkerson's Facebook page. It's Bill Wilkerson. We did the C10, the white one with the 496. Good friend of mine, great cook. And if you get a chance, go check him out, like his page. Get a chance to eat his food, definitely eat his food, review it. He loves it. So I guess we're done for today. All right, guys, that was the 6x6. We're rigging it up. It's strong. The winch doesn't even phase that winch. It's Super Duty, dragging it with no wheels and tires. Diesel, it doesn't even phase it. So it'll pull anything we need to pull. It'll be a great tool for the future. We're going to use it on some of the heavy recovery stuff, like semis that are stuck down in Hiawatha and things like that, as well as some of the stuff that's got a great distance behind it. That we have to have a lot of cable, like 1,200 feet of cable on a spool. So we're going to take you along as we go on this journey with this winch truck here, see the evolution of it. So we have a lot of really good recoveries coming up. We got one in the river. We got 2 off a mountain. We got some others in some off-road places, and we're cleaning up Sweetwater County in the process. But we're also, learning our equipment and having a lot of fun. We'd like to take you along. Definitely like, subscribe, share it with your friends. Ring the bell so that you get notifications when we get new videos dropped. Because I'm not the most predictable about dropping videos. I try and do it once a week, and I'd like to do it more often than that. As YouTube grows, I think we're going to do it more often than that for sure. But for right now, with the business and with everything else, taking my time, 1 video a week's, kind of a thing. But we'll look forward to more videos. You guys are great, supporting us with the crushing videos, the recovery videos. Everybody kind of likes something a little different, and I understand that. So we'll just keep moving forward and going into the future. So I guess until the next one, thanks for watching.